Good. Welcome back, guys. I still have my notes from the last one. Let's see. I'm going to work on another one from P4. All right. I'm going to get rid of this for now. And this is the one I'm working on, number 78 from P4. It's really FOIL, guys, and we don't have to kind of do first term and all that. The argument is you multiply this with the whole thing and this by the whole thing. That's the thinking, okay? So we're going to take, all right, I'm going to change the colors a little bit. I'm going to do X with the whole thing will be in red. And distribute X over, you're going to get X cubed.
This is still P4, right?
This is still P4, yes.
Okay.
Square Y, X times XY is negative X squared Y, X times Y square is this guy. Okay, that's the red one. Let's do the one in green, the next one. I'm going to take Y multiplied by the whole mess. Y times X squared is, so what I do here, guys, to make sure when I will combine the like terms, I like to keep it in alphabetical order. Not that it matters. Y times X squared. I can write YX squared, but I'm going to write X squared Y. Why would I do that? Well, to me, it's easier to compare this to this. That's why. Okay. Again, you don't have to do it. Nobody cares, but I keep it straight. Y times, so I always alphabetize my letters consistently. Y times negative XY. And the last one is Y cubed. Now we are almost done, but not quite. And I'm going to switch back to black. So X cubed doesn't have a partner. Y cubed doesn't have a partner, but everything else has a partner. Okay, this guy, and this guy, they cancel. They're the same with opposite signs. And this guy and this guy, they also cancel. Same quantity, opposite signs. Hence, our answer is this. Nice and clean. Sorry. And you have to do it to figure it out. This is all what it boils down to. I'm pausing a little bit to take your questions, okay? All right, guys, we're moving on. I know I'm doing these, but if you have something you have done and you got stuck and you want me to do, I'll be happy to do them. That's never a problem. Again, we're still working on P4. I'm going to do a couple more, and then we can do a few things from P5 today. P5 is actually very easy. It's not really that bad. So we're still, go ahead. I'm listening if somebody's trying to talk. I'm just sorting my notes. It doesn't have a whole lot to do with what's coming up. I had a slide that was off. So let's try this. Oh, no, this one isn't really that bad. What else? Let's try a couple of these. Now, vaguely, did we do number 66, guys? I don't think I did. Let me double check. I don't want to go back to my notes and go look at the video, but I assigned you up to 82. Let's see, let's do something really hard from the bottom. Okay, let's do 82. Okay. Again, P3 number 82. Very patiently, we're just multiplying two terms algebraically. Same kind of a deal. I am going to take this.
Wait, this is P3?
This is, sorry, I said P3. It's actually P4, my bad. This is P4. We are still working on the same function, P4. Thank you for catching me. This and this are going to be multiplied. And I am going to write. So the way when I multiply, guys, I just multiply the numbers. 9, x times x, x squared, y squared times y squared, y to the power 4. Come here. 3x squared and 4y. Okay, 3 times 4 is 12. X doesn't have a partner, just x, and y cubed. That's the red part. The green part is this guy times the same whole thing here. And what do we get? Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12 x y cubed. X times 1 is x, y times y squared, y cubed. Negative 4 times positive 4 is negative 16 y squared. Almost done. Now I have to very patiently check if things cancel, if things can be compressed. This clearly doesn't have a partner. This doesn't have a partner. So the one that doesn't have a partner on the left-hand side, I'm going to list it. And they are the same, 12xy cubed, and that helps to write it nicely alphabetically so that you can see if they're the same term. They are. So they cancel. These two terms cancel. That's your final answer. Well, that kind of brings, I'll give you one problem to try if you want to interact, that'll be nice. But other than that, we're kind of done. But if you have any questions about anything up to P4, you have to let me know. Awesome, guys. Let me see if I can give you one problem to try. This is not that bad. Let's try 80. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. It's just going to make the class a little more engaging, hopefully. I feel like I'm talking to myself at times when I can't see the students. So try this, guys. And again, you can share your screen or you can tell me what you did. I'll give you good 2-3 minutes. How's that? And it says it's 10:20. I'll give you a good 3 minutes to try this by hand and then report.
I got the answer.
Wonderful. Jack, I'll still give people a couple of minutes and I'm glad you're done. And then we're going to see who wants to report and we'll be happy to look at your work or anybody else's work. Good. You're fast. That's good. That's not a bad thing. All right, let's see if anybody wants to share his or her work.
I mean, I can.
Give it a shot. Is that Jack?
Yeah.
Awesome. Give it a shot. Tell me what you did. And other people, after Jack is done, you want to share, you can always share too. I did it this. Go ahead.
So
I'm
I
looking.
just did basic foil. Can I just tell you what I got after I foiled?
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows the process. So I got 42x squared.
Okay.
It's a 7 times a 7. Let me just double check and make sure that.
Okay,
that's-
go ahead, double check.
Oh, wait, no. It's 54. Sorry, 54.
No, 7 times 7. Try it once again. What's 7 times 7? Just use your calculator. I don't know some of these things myself. Use your calculator. What do you get if you have one?
I'm sorry, it's 49. My bad.
I've done those things. No need to feel bad. I've done those things myself. Okay, 49x squared. Then what did you get?
And then I got 21. Well, this is a positive 21x y.
Mhm.
And then just do that, but negative 21.
Good.
And then I got negative 9y squared. And then I just canceled out the 21 and the negative 21 xy. And then you're left with 49x squared minus 9y squared.
Good. Good. That's correct. What do you guys think, rest of you? Would that be acceptable? Anybody else did it? Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yes.
Wonderful. Did anybody do it much differently or roughly the same?
The same.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think you can do it much differently. In future, there are problems we'll do that can be done differently. And somebody report it, you can always report your work too. Okay, guys? Good. So guys, we're officially done with P4. And the good news about P5 is that it's really not that difficult, which is not a bad thing, right? I don't like a lot of fractions. It's not that I don't understand them, but I mess up. So I don't think we have a lot of fractions. Something won't be about something that'll bring back high school days for you guys. Okay, P5, the good news, another good news. I don't have a whole lot of notes here to share with you. We are going to learn how to factorize, and I can show you the book if you want. Let's do it. And this, well, I don't want to open the book. It's there. We are talking about P5. Okay. I'm going to write it here. It's about factorization. Factorize. Let's write it here. If I think I'm being recorded. Factorization. Okay, I'm going to tell you what it means. Okay, they in your text, they're boxes, and it's very complicated. I'm not saying it's a bad text. That's how you write, right? But it won't make a whole lot of sense. But when I do it, you're going to say, okay, yeah, I know what he's talking about. So what is that supposed to mean, guys? So far, we have done, we foiled, we multiplied. We're going to be doing the opposite. Okay, we're going to be given this. Oh, well, it won't be this ugly yet. We're going to be getting this. That's all. Sorry. That's all factorization means. So I'm going to give you a simple example. Claire, I'm going to give you a simple example of what does it mean to factorize. And we're going to write it nicely here. And again, the reason I'm doing it this way, I'm not going to go over a lot of slides because there's not much there. Okay. Factorize. Now let's understand what it means. Okay. What we have done so far, I gave you, or the text gave us something like this. And we foiled it, multiplied it, and we got x squared minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. And if you combine the like terms, you will probably get minus 5x plus 6. Again, when we factorize, again, you want to be very familiar with these words. Sometimes students just look at the problem and they do it. You want to read it. I will give you this, okay? x squared minus 5x plus 6. I'm going to go to another tab. I'm being brave. When I open too many tabs, things collapse. I don't think it'll collapse. So again, we're going to give you this x squared minus 5x plus 6, x squared minus 5x plus 6. How do we go back? Now you're going to say, I know the answer. But of course you won't have the answer. So let me go over it. I did take a very simple example. The examples that the book will give us, or the problems that we will be solving, will be a little more challenging, but that's okay. We're just starting right now, this section. So the way you're doing it, sorry, there's an x square here. I hope I wrote it here. Yeah, there's an x square here. So I am going to say, well, there is no 1 or 2 here. Remember, it's called the leading coefficient. The leading coefficient is 1. So it has to be something like this. And what I am doing, your book tries to describe it in English. If you want, I can show you that box. I'm not too fond of it. Not that they were doing a bad job. I would do the same thing. It's hard to write everything in English. So guys, to ask yourself, we're going to use something called trial and error. I know the last terms of FOIL, they're kind of important. FOIL, the last terms of FOIL will give me 6. Okay, so I do know 6 can happen 1 times 6 or 2 times 3. Okay, those are my 2 choices. Let's say this 6 came from 1 times 6. I know it's not, but I'm going to write 1 here and 6 here. Okay, so I know my first terms are going to give me this. My last terms, if this is plus, will give me 6. So far, so good. But my outside and inside terms are going to give me 6x plus 1x. And that doesn't work out. This is not going to give me -5. Okay, even if you change this to minus, you might say, okay, maybe this is not plus, this is minus. So let's erase this. Maybe I messed up. Let's try this. And of course, I want to make sure the last term is plus 6. And yeah, I got that because -1 times -6 is plus 6. In the middle, what am I going to get? In the middle, I'm going to get, so you have to do it you have to use a little bit of trial and error. The outside terms will give you this, and the inside terms will give you this. No, you're not getting -5x. Okay, so this is a dud. It's not going to work. So 6 was split into 1 times 6. That didn't help us. So let's say, okay, I'm done. It didn't work. How about 2 and 3? 2 and 3 gives me 6. Let's go with 2 and 3. And the first answer is +2 plus 3. Clearly, the last part is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Now I have a minus sign here. So I know if I put the middle guys now, +2, and here I have a +2, it's going to be +2x. And I'm going to get rid of the previous slide. It's already giving me some kind of one. Well, it's much better. This is +5x, not -5. The 6 to be plus. My choices are really 2 choices. +2 and +3, or -2 and -3. I'm going to go with minus. And -2 times -3, the last term will still give me +6. Good sign. I'm okay with this one and this one. What do I get in the middle? -2x. -3x, and that turns out to be correct because I'm going to write it x squared minus 5x, sorry, minus x minus 5 times x minus, no, I messed up a little bit. Let me fix that, guys. So it really turns out to be x squared minus 5x plus 6. Now, do you have to show me all this? No, it's something you're going to do on a piece of paper and conclude that this is the right answer. This is your answer. That's all we're going to do. That's our main goal in P5. So let's pause there a little bit, see if we have any questions. Let's pause here a little bit. Anybody wants to tell us if they follow? Like, yeah, we get what's going on. Let's see who's going to talk.
I think we're all good.
Very good. Good sign. I'll still give you guys a couple of minutes to process, but and I appreciate your feedback. That always helps. All right. So here are the problems. Okay. I am going to do some of the easy ones, guys. Okay. So be a little patient with me. The reason I'm doing it, I know some of you probably may feel a little bored, but that's okay. Just bear with me for a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to do something this simple. Okay. 4. So I'm going to take this. Okay, this one, I need to factor out. So when we say factorize, that means I'm going to write it as a product of 2 terms, 2 expressions. So I can factor out 4x. I will have an x inside. If I pull out 4x, I will get 2, and that's your answer. That's your number 4. So it's a little warm up. It's there, but will I probably give you this like on the exam? No. Will I give you a problem like the one I just did to explain?
Wait, that's the answer?
Yeah, that's it. You're done. You're factorizing it. You're expressing it as 2 terms. Of course, you can say, oh, 4 is different. Really, the way I see it, this is 1 term. This is your other term. Done. Yeah. That's the answer. Okay, so now they do look a little ugly. I wouldn't say they look that ugly, but let's try one more. It's also not that bad, slightly more difficult. Again, you have to read the text. Let's see what they say. The greatest common factor. Factor out the greatest common factor. When they say factor out, they mean pull it out. That's all they say. It's another way of saying factorize. Okay, so they're saying pull out what's common. Well, factorize is another way of saying it. This is common. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to factorize it. Those words are all related. And very carefully, if I pull this guy out, what's left? X. If I pull this guy out, what's left? 4. That's your answer. Done. Is that something I could give you? Probably. And would it be considered an easy problem? Yes. And if you don't
Wait, what did you do again?
I pulled out, let's show you again. Okay. So what I did, let me see. If you read the question, it says, factor out the greatest common factor. All right. So if you really want me to break it down, the greatest common factor is the biggest thing that's common to this guy and this guy. The biggest thing that's common, it is this guy. Okay, and what's left? This is left and 4 is left, and make sure this plus sign is there. So what's left is x plus 4. Does that make any sense, guys? Sorry, my bad. Plus x plus 1.
So you just turn, oh, wait, oh yeah, pause. So you just put the X and the 4 together in their own bracket.
Correct, because they are left behind. When you pull this guy out, the red stuff is common to both terms. When that's factored out, what's left is x plus 4. And it doesn't matter how you write it. You can write x plus 4, you can write 4 plus x, doesn't matter. But people write it consistently. If this comes first, you do this here, and you do this here. Any other questions, guys? Yes, no? All right. People are very quiet today. So this number 10, you shouldn't have any trouble. Okay, now they will look a little funky. Okay, so bear with me. Now they're getting into things that I can give you on the exam. Like this is a nice way to do it. Again, factor by grouping. What do they mean? I'll use the exact same term. Okay, so now you really want to practice here. So I am going to pull out x squared from here. Just the first two terms. And I'm left with x minus 3. And then I'm going to pull out whatever I can. I am able to pull out a 4. I'm going to pull out 4 here. What am I left with? X minus 3. Now things look a lot better. They look like the one we just solved. I'm going to use a second color. This is common. And you can guess, I'm going to pull that out further. And what am I left with? I am left with x squared plus 4. That's my answer. I'll pause there a little bit, guys. Okay, I'll let you process. I know it's being recorded, but those of you who are here, you pretend like you're taking real notes. And if you want to ask questions, I'll give you a little bit of time to process things. Anybody wants to tell me if they're getting it or not getting it? I'll listen to both groups. What do you think? Very quiet, guys. Anybody wants to go ahead? I'm listening.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say, I think we got it.
Very good. Very good. It helps, guys. Otherwise, I mean, I'm not saying you guys are going to fall asleep. I don't want to fall asleep. Okay, moving on, guys. Okay, so things are, that's how math is. Things are getting a little more difficult, but 18 is something I think we have done. Why don't I give you guys a chance to work on 18? It's very similar to the first example I made up, and I did. It's a very standard. If somebody doesn't matter who makes the exam, they'll give you a problem like this. If they give you a test based on this section, it's a very typical, to me, straightforward problem. So again, let's look at the language. It says factor each trinomial. Trinomial means 3 terms. That's all. Don't let that bother you. I'm just going to say factorize. Okay, factorize each trinomial. They're calling it a trinomial because it has 3 terms: x squared, 8x, and 15. So that's the language. I'm just going to say factorize. All right, so let's write it here. I'm going to say factorize the following. Factorize the following expression. And
Professor,
mm-hmm.
do we try and do this one on our own?
Ideally, and then you can share. That would be, anybody can share. Yes, so I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to try, and we still have 8 minutes. That's plenty of time. If it kicks us out, we'll start right here. We're not done. We have a little bit of time. I'll give you a good chunk of 3 minutes or so, and anybody can share his or her work. And I'll stop talking.
Okay, I think I got an answer.
Awesome, awesome. So who wants to share? Did we get enough time? If you feel like I'm still working, give me 2 minutes. You just have to tell me, the rest of you. So let's see if people are ready to share. Who wants to share? Let's go. Anyone? I think, Jack, do you want to try? I know you're giving your friends a chance. If I understand.
Sure. If nobody else wants to do it, I guess I'll do it.
You can report and then I will ask them if they did it differently. Go ahead, give it a shot. What'd you get?
Okay, so I did well, this one was pretty basic. Essentially, what I did is I looked at what could multiply to get 15 and also add it to 8. There's only one multiplication factor that can add into 15, and that can add into 8 and get 15, and that's 5 times 3. So it's x plus 5 and x plus 3, x plus 5, because it's a positive 8 and a positive 15.
Correct. And you're right. It's one of the easier ones and it works out. There aren't too many options. So yeah, it's one of the easier ones, but good. Thank you for sharing. So for those of you who want to be, I will confirm it for you. This is that Jack's answer is correct. X times X is X squared. 3 times 5 is positive 15. So far, so good. And the middle terms, outside or inside terms, will give you 3x plus 5x. Yeah. So that's correct. 3x plus 5x is 8x, so we're good. You don't have to show me this, but if you write minus here, you would be incorrect on the exam. I won't give you points. Just be aware of it, okay? Even if you write minus here, you would be wrong. So the answer is this. All right, let's see what's going on. We have 4 minutes there. We still have 15 minutes. I would like to do at least 2 more problems. So let's jump out of this session. Let's come back. We are not finished. We have good 15 minutes. We're just getting into fun part. Okay, so we'll see you guys soon, really soon.